These are supposed to be some of the most verified images of giants. There's a part of history that just is not being told. Hieroglyphics in Egypt showing massive human-like entities.
There's a giant footprint in granite in South Africa.
It's about as tall as you are, 6 foot tall, a footprint.
Look at this. There's the big toe and the other 4 toes down to the small toe, down to the heel. What's fascinating about this is this piece sticking out here. It's like when you put your foot in mud and you pull it out, your toes will lift up a little mud.
That's got to be the foot of a 20 to 40 foot creature.
Are they sleeping giants? What does it mean?
I thought this was really absurd, but just hear me out, right? There was a massive footprint found in the side of a hill in Africa, and this footprint was 4 feet high. And the archaeologists who found this said it was in between 400 million and 3 billion years old. And this foot would belong to something 27 feet tall. But what's crazy about it is, like, when you step in mud, the mud comes up, right? Just like how it did when you could see, like, where the mud came up when this foot stepped in it. Then they found a giant finger in Egypt that was 38 centimeters long and should belong to something that is 16 feet tall. And I would also like to mention the fact that a bunch of these, like, cavemen and all these paintings have giants in them. So are giants real or just a myth? Let me know down in the comments.
West Java, Indonesia. Located in Karyamukti village is a mysterious site called Gunung Padang, or Mountain of Enlightenment. For thousands of years, the local population revered Gunung Padang as a sacred site, and many came here to meditate among the giant stone blocks. But in 1914, Dutch explorers discovered that the basalt columns scattered across the hilltop are not natural features at all. They are, in fact, fragments of an ancient megalithic site. A century later, in 2013, the Indonesian government sponsored an excavation to see if anything was hidden beneath the layers of dirt and rubble. What they found was evidence that suggests Gunung Padang is the world's oldest step pyramid. According to geologists, 20,000 years ago, Java, where Gunung Padang is located, was not an isolated island, but the southernmost part of a subcontinent known as Sundaland. This has led some researchers to speculate that Gunung Padang, with its high elevation, could have been at the pinnacle of a civilization that disappeared sometime around 10,000 BC, when melting ice caps flooded the region and turned it into the series of islands it is today.
The compelling suggestion is that there was some sort of civilization here before this flood took place, that they built this with advanced technology, and therefore they were extraterrestrial visitors to the Earth. And that's why archaeologists are not finding the evidence that we would normally expect to see, showing a geometric progression of technology leading up to the ability to build a gigantic pyramid well over 12,000 years ago.
So you're saying giants never roamed Earth? Okay then.
Hoist the colors high. Hero, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
There's a story from the early 1900s about 2 men from Norway who decided to travel as far north as they could. One summer, they packed up their boat with 1 month's worth of provisions and headed north. At the end of 1 month, they traveled far beyond the North Pole, into a strange new country. They were astonished at the weather. It was warm, so hot that at night it was difficult to sleep. Eventually, they came upon a great mountain, and it looked as if the ocean was emptying into it. Mystified, they continued in that direction, through a canyon leading to the interior of the earth. They were surprised to find a sun shining on the inside of the earth. It was a fantastic land on the interior of the earth, with giant plants and trees. And eventually, they came upon humanoid giants. These people were dwelling on the inside of the earth. These humanoid giants lived in houses and buildings just as the surface dwellers. The two Norwegians docked their boat, got out, and had dinner with these giants. They said that the dinner table was colossal. The giants offered them a cluster of grapes, but each grape was the size of a peach. They found that the taste was far sweeter than anything on the surface. They said that they stayed with the giants for the period of 1 year, enjoying their companionship and their knowledge. At the end of 1 year, the two Norwegians left Hollow Earth and returned to the surface.